Buenas, estamos aquí con Donald Belchan, que va a ser speaker en la próxima conferencia en la .NET Conf UI en octubre del 2015 y le vamos a hacer algunas preguntas. What motivated your return to Uruguay? You're on a vacation right now with the family?
Yes, I enjoyed myself at the .NET Conf UI last year so much in exploring Punta del Este.
Nice.
That we decided to come down and explore more of the country and see some of the beautiful architecture and meet some of the wonderful people that live here.
Of course, thank you. Please tell us some words about last year's conference.
Last year's conference was amazing. As far as my experience, I thought it was one of the best conferences I went to last year, if not the best. The energy level of the participants and attendees was extremely high. The content was extremely good. Everyone was wonderful, talking about technology all of the time, and I think it was something that the community here really enjoyed having.
Okay. What motivates you to be the speaker again?
Oh, it was an easy decision to be a speaker in Uruguay again. The people, again, were wonderful, and it's very easy to come down here. The reception I had of the content I presented last year was wonderful as well. So I look forward to speaking to the same people and hopefully new people as well, and helping to advance their knowledge in IT.
Great. It's very good to have you once again. Please give us some tips about next conference topics. Something about what you will be talking about.
Oh, I'm going to talk about some really cool stuff actually. One of the sessions that I'm going to do is around Azure and information of things, and we're going to tie it in with something that's very near and dear to Uruguayans, and that's barbecue. So we're going to work with barbecue, Azure, and Internet of Things, and it should be wonderful and fun.
That's nice. What would you expect from the next conference?
I expect to have fun, meet wonderful people, and have a beer or two perhaps.
Okay, so thank you once again for being here, and we are very anxious to the next conference.
Thank you very much for having me. I look forward to it.
All right, I'm here with Donald Belchan, who is a speaker of the .NET Conf UI conference. He was a speaker of 2014, the first edition of the conference, and we are glad that he's coming back again. I would like first to start, we are here currently right now on InfoCorp for a meetup 1 month before the conference, and you came here because of holidays with your family, right? But I want to talk about the topic that you are talking about today, microservices. I read a little that is something like a crazy architecture. Can you tell me a little more about it?
So microservices is something that is becoming a much hotter topic, architectural design topic right now. It's not a new topic. If you do a lot of research and reading on it, you'll find that organizations like Netflix have been using this for a long, long time. And the idea is that instead of building these massive monolithic applications where the code base covers all the functionality, you split it up and you build a tiny little application for one piece and another tiny one for another piece. So you might have user account management and inventory and sales, and each one being a different microservice.
Like a separation of responsibility, right?
Yeah, it's the different responsibilities, and they have very strong walls built around them. So while one has, it manages the user information, another one may use a little bit of that, but it doesn't manage the information. So very strong separation, everything becomes separate. And there's a lot of good things that can come from it if they're done right and done well, as far as being able to scale each piece separately. So maybe you have a marketing microservice and you know you have a big marketing campaign coming out, so you can scale that to multiple servers, just that service for a short period of time if necessary, amongst other things of being able to take that service offline and not affect any of the other services, or to replace that service with different functionality without affecting any of the other services as well.
I can imagine the benefits, right? And I can imagine also why Netflix and probably Amazon and everything are using this kind of architecture. But what about small projects or medium-sized projects? Will it be good to the trade-off of having all this separation, or what do you think about it?
So it's an architecture that a lot of people say you should grow into. So start with a monolithic app, and when you start seeing some of the pain points, like massive deployments where you can only deploy, or you feel as though you can only deploy once every 6 or 10 months, you can start to say, well, maybe I should split it up into smaller pieces where I can deploy them much faster.
Right.
So for smaller projects, there might not be a use case for it, but as projects and code bases grow, the use case becomes stronger and stronger. So.
Excellent. All right. Now, moving a little into the conference, I know that you're going to do a workshop again.
Yes.
This time, different topic, of course. I know that you are going to talk about code katas and solid principles, which I think that every programmer should know about.
Absolutely.
So, what are you doing? What are you going to do a workshop about it?
We're going to take the solid principles, the 5 different principles in solid, and do a code kata for each one. And so it's something that the attendees will be able to take away and practice over and over, and be able to build both their skills in that specific kata, as well as their knowledge and understanding of each one of the different principles as they work on them and learn from them. So single responsibility, for example, will be able to take a large-ish piece of code and refactor it out into single responsible pieces of code, and their understanding of what it means to be singly responsible will grow as they practice it over and over again. So.
Excellent, excellent. So, and now moving into the conference, what are you going to talk about this time? I know it's about IoT. Of course, you are going to talk about AOP, which
Yes.
you are an expert of that topic also. What got you into IoT? It is a trendy topic, absolutely.
Yes.
It's not a discussion.
I've been playing with IoT type stuff for probably 2 to 3 years now. I started building electronic components by hand, and the different things that you can do with them intrigue me. You know, we build software all day, every day, and in a lot of cases it's similar on every project, right? The functionality, the business rules are different, but we follow the same patterns all the time. And the IoT stuff is different.
Yeah,
it's just so
having
different.
something that you can touch
It's
and move,
physically
and you can
make
do
things.
something on real life. It's
and
totally
then,
different.
And then the programming side of it is totally different as well, because you have to be concerned about minimal memory, minimal CPU power. Perhaps you don't have all the frameworks you need or want to be able to go out and connect to the internet even, things like that. So it became very interesting. I spent a lot of time, and still am spending some time in preparation for this talk, with the hardware side. So building shields to sit on top of NetDuinos and Arduinos and for specific purposes, and then the software behind them. And one of the things we're going to talk about is how, from an IoT standpoint, you can do something very simple with the hardware. And then the world of software opens up, especially from a hosted standpoint. You have hosted log services, you have hosted data services, Azure services that you can make use of to push data to it and build phone applications, responsive phone applications, for example. So we're going to explore that quite a bit, that side of it, and a little bit of the hardware stuff as well.
Awesome, really interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we're going to drag in barbecue asado as well, and make that our reason for doing it, because it's always good to have a reason to do things. I mean, whether it's just being able to tell if the temperature in your house is too high or too low when you're at the office at work, or if it's to be able to put the meat on the barbecue and let it cook and go have a beer. So.
Okay, and what about the AOP?
For AOP, we're going to talk about something that I've been working on at work quite a bit, and that's using AOP and custom-built aspects to be able to get metrics and information about how your application is running and what problems it may be seeing out of it very easily and quickly, and then tying that into hosted services, software services type stuff in the cloud. So.
Right, excellent. All right, now moving into probably the most fun part of the conference. What do you think of the party last time?
The party last year was wonderful. InfoCorp did a great job hosting it here in this room, and we had a fantastic time. We I learned so much about the country of Uruguay from the people that night, and enjoyed the cervezas and the music, and you had a magician walking around doing card tricks. He was very fun. So
really
we had a fantastic time that night.
Yeah, we had a lot of pizza, everything.
It was great. It was great.
And then on the other day, without sleeping so much, we went to Piriápolis and Punta del Este. What do you think of those places?
I thought it was fantastic, but you sold me on the fact that I was going to be able to find Piria's treasure, and we never found Piria's treasure when we were there. So I'm not sure if that was a good thing or just a trick to get me on the bus. But
yeah, it was kind of a trick, and we don't want to mess with Piria.
Oh, okay. So Piriápolis was wonderful. We're going to go back there on our vacation early next week to visit it and explore that part of Uruguay a bit more.
I love that place.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It's not the time of year most people would think of going to Punta del Este and Piriápolis, but for us from northern Canada, it's a wonderful place, and the weather's not so bad for us. So
I'm glad you like it.
I love the place.
To start closing this interview, which I'm really enjoying, and I really enjoy that you are back here, man. What would you say to speakers that didn't have yet the chance to come down to Uruguay, or maybe even South America, and coming down to our conference? What do you recommend for them?
Take it all in. Meet the people, talk to the people, go out to the restaurants. Don't be scared of the fact that dinner starts at 11 p.m. Instead of 6 like we're used to in North America. Enjoy all of the food, all of the people.
Don't be afraid of breaking the hotel, right?
Yeah, don't be afraid of breaking the hotel. Not that anyone that I know would do that. But no, enjoy all of those things, and make, if you can, make a couple of extra days to go do something special outside of the conference organization, which is great as it is. But go see the Mercado del Puerto or something like that, and just have fun. There's lots of stuff to do here.
And what would you tell to the attendees?
To the attendees, us as speakers, we have one difference between you as attendees and us as speakers, and that's the fact that our name tag says speaker on it. We're developers just like all of you. Come up, talk to us, ask us questions about technology, where we're from, what we've done in our careers. Ask us anything. We're not scary for it,
right? Because you're right there with us, having a beer, a drink, eating something. I can come over you and talk about you. That's excellent.
Ask us anything. I mean, a lot of us as speakers have experience outside of the topics we're talking about in the conference. Sometimes different technology stacks entirely. You'd be surprised that somebody talking about .NET in the conference may have a strong Ruby background, or may have a strong COBOL background, or something like that. So just talk to us about anything. We're willing to talk, and we love technology as much as the next person.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Donald.
Yeah, not a problem.
Thank everyone for watching. We hope you come over to our second edition of .NET conference to enjoy Donald's talks, workshops, and every speaker we have coming down to Uruguay. We have speakers from Uruguay, Argentina, United States, Canada, and it's going to be really, really awesome. And I hope you come over. So thank you.